Good evening. This is Akashvani and I'm Lalema Aneja Dang with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges G20 nations to shift from profit-driven innovation to a model focusing on humanity, equity and global cooperation. Prime Minister says India, Brazil, South Africa can complement each other's development and set an example for sustainable growth. Narcotics Control Bureau and Delhi Police seize methamphetamine drug worth 262 crore rupees. Home Minister Amit Shah says government is shattering drug cartels at an unprecedented pace. Election Commission distributes 99% enumeration forms for Phase 2 of SIR. In sports, Indian women's blind cricket team creates history by winning first ever T20 World Cup for the blind in Colombo. And Rahul to captain Team India in 3-match ODI series against South Africa. Shubman Gill ruled out due to a neck injury. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged G20 nations to shift from profit-driven innovation to a model that focuses on humanity, equity and global cooperation. He said that technology should be human-centric, global and open source. Mr. Modi noted that India's digital ecosystem follows this vision, helping the country lead the world in digital payments. The Prime Minister was addressing the third session on A Fair and Just Future for All, Critical Minerals, Decent Work, Artificial Intelligence at the G20 Leaders Summit in Johannesburg. Highlighting India's growing leadership in AI and space, Prime Minister said the country is promoting broad participation across sectors through inclusivity and accessibility. He stressed that AI must serve the global good and called for a global compact ensuring transparency, human oversight, safety by design and strict prevention of misuse. Prime Minister Modi also announced that India will host the AI Impact Summit in February 2026, themed Sarvajana Hitai, Sarvajana Sukhai, Welfare and Happiness for All, and invited all G20 nations to participate. Speaking at the India, Brazil, South Africa leaders meeting in Johannesburg, Prime Minister said that it is not merely a grouping of 3 nations, but an important platform linking 3 continents, 3 major democracies and 3 major economies. He said the 3 countries can complement each other's development and set an example for sustainable growth. Prime Minister Modi met several world leaders on the sidelines of the summit. He met Japanese Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi, Netherlands PM Dick Schoof and Jamaican PM Andrew Holness. With Ms. Sanai Takaichi, Mr. Modi discussed ways to add momentum to bilateral cooperation in areas such as innovation, defence, talent mobility and more. After meeting Mr. Dick Schoof, the Prime Minister said the bilateral partnership between India and Netherlands is growing rapidly in areas like water resources, innovation, technology and energy. On his meeting with the Jamaican Prime Minister, Mr. Modi said India and Jamaica are bound by a friendship shaped by history and enriched by cultural linkages. The Prime Minister also met Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva. Meanwhile, the 12th G20 Leaders Summit at Johannesburg concluded this evening. The 2-day summit commenced yesterday under the theme Solidarity, Equality and Sustainability. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in all the 3 important sessions of the summit. We have more from our correspondent covering the visit of the Prime Minister.
During his participation in all the 3 sessions of the summit, PM Modi outlines India's vision for 7 new G20-led initiatives, including a global effort to dismantle the drug terror nexus, a healthcare rapid response team, a traditional knowledge repository, an open satellite data partnership, a critical minerals circularity initiative, and a global framework for talent mobility. The G20 Leaders Summit ended in Johannesburg with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa hailing it a success for multilateralism. With no U.S. government leaders in attendance, South Africa plans to officially hand over the G20 presidency to a U.S. diplomat at the offices of the Department of International Relations in the coming week. Asanyu, Akashvani News, Johannesburg.
Prime Minister Modi has since left Johannesburg for home. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal called on Prime Minister of Israel Benjamin Netanyahu at the conclusion of his 3-day visit to the West Asian country today. In a social media post, Mr. Goyal said he updated Mr. Netanyahu on his discussions with his Israeli counterpart Nir Barkat and the successful holding of Business Forum and CEOs Forum. Mr. Goyal highlighted the signing of the terms of reference to launch free trade agreement negotiations, which will boost trade investment and technology cooperation. The Commerce and Industry Minister also called on the President of Israel, Isaac Herzog. Their discussions covered the full spectrum of India-Israel strategic partnership. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of these stories and more, you may log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. Home Minister Amit Shah has said that the government is shattering drug cartels at unprecedented pace in the country. He said, following the top-to-bottom and bottom-to-top approach, Narcotics Control Bureau and the Delhi police teams recently seized 328 kilograms of methamphetamine worth 262 crore rupees in New Delhi and have arrested 2 people under Operation Crystal Fortress. This is one of the biggest catches of the drug in Delhi. In a social media post, the Home Minister said the operation is a brilliant example of how different agencies are working seamlessly to fulfill Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of a drug-free India. Ministry of Home Affairs has said this decisive action is the culmination of a relentless pursuit over the last few months. The Election Commission today said more than 50 crore 47 lakh enumeration forms have been distributed among electors since the launch of Special Intensive Revision SIR Phase 2. It is over 99% of nearly 51 crore electors to be covered in this phase. The second phase of SIR of electoral rolls commenced on the 4th of this month in 9 states and 3 union territories. The large-scale revision of the electoral rolls will conclude with the publication of the final voter list on the 7th of February next year. Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan addressed civil services officers trainees at the National Academy of Customs, Indirect Taxes and Narcotics at Palasamudram in Andhra Pradesh today. Speaking on the role of civil servants in achieving Vikasit Bharat at 2047, he highlighted the need for last-mile delivery, teamwork and inclusive growth. He urged young officers to place team excellence above individual achievement and to nurture a mindset of continuous learning and reform. The Vice President encouraged trainees to embrace emerging technologies such as AI, NLP, machine learning and blockchain. The GST Bachat Utsav began on the 22nd of September as the Narendra Modi government slashed GST rates in many sectors, benefiting citizens across the country. Our correspondent brings a report on how the next generation GST reforms are boosting the economy of West Bengal.
The next generation GST reforms are directly empowering artisans, farmers and small entrepreneurs of West Bengal. The goods and service tax being levied on Nakshi Kantha, jute bags, hosiery and shopping bags has also been reduced to 5%. Earlier these were taxed at 12%. This has helped to increase affordability and boost consumer demand and export of these products. Horticulture products like Darjeeling tea, Malda mango and their processed products are now being taxed at 5%, down from the earlier 12%. This reduction has made mango products, juices and jam affordable for domestic consumers and is encouraging the food processing industry. Terracotta figures of Bankura, mats and diversified products of Madhur Kathi, Chhau dance masks and leather goods of Shanti Niketan are being taxed at 5%. Due to tax rationalization, the unique products of West Bengal have become competitive in the both domestic and global markets. With Rishu Jaiswal, Pallavi Parmar for Akashvani News, Delhi.
Indian Navy will commission Mahe, the first Mahe-class anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft at the Naval Dockyard in Mumbai tomorrow. Chief of the Army Staff, General Upendra Dwivedi, will preside over the ceremony. Mahe is built with over 80% indigenous content and showcases the country's growing mastery in warship design, construction and integration. The government has refuted a fake letter being circulated on social media claiming that the Indian Air Force is planning to abandon the Tejas fighter jets. The fact-check unit of Press Information Bureau informed that several Pakistani propaganda accounts are circulating this letter, which claims that the letter is allegedly signed by the Chief of Air Staff, Amarpreet Singh. The unit has clarified that no such statement has been made by the Chief of Air Staff. The commemoration of 350th year of martyrdom of Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji has begun at the sacred land of Shri Anandpur Sahib for 3 days starting today. We have a report from a correspondent.
Devotees from across the country and abroad are reaching at Shri Anandpur Sahib to offer their prayers. Special events have commenced with the beginning of Shri Akhand Path Sahib. A Sarv Dharm Sammelan has also started. An exhibition on the life of Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji is also on at the Virasat-e-Khalsa. A drone show also took place. A special session of Punjab Vidhan Sabha dedicated to Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji will be held tomorrow at Bhai Jeta Ji Memorial. Elaborate security and stay arrangements for the devotees have been made with emergency medical facilities. Rajesh Bali, Akashvani News, Jalandhar.
The 56th International Film Festival of India at Panaji, Goa continues to charm film lovers through the magic of cinema. Our correspondent reports that the fourth day of the festival entertained people from elusive film screenings and masterclasses to melodious musical performances.
Babu Rao Painter's 1927 classic Murliwala was screened today after its 4K restoration by the NFDC as part of the National Film Heritage Mission. The movie follows the story of Lord Sri Krishna and his divine antics as a playful child. Murliwala is one of the few movies from that era which still survives today. It will complete its 100 years in 2027. Other acclaimed movies like Sentimental Value, a Norwegian film which won the Grand Prix at Cannes, received its India premiere today. Critically acclaimed Brazilian film I Only Rest in the Storm was also screened today. The much-awaited Lata Mangeshkar Memorial Talk this year saw composers Vishal Bhardwaj and B. Ajanish Loknath explore the vast musical landscape of India while sharing anecdotes from their cinematic journey along the way. IFFI's musical offshoot, IFFIesta, captured music lovers through its Battle of Bands, Suron Ka Eklavya and Wah Ustad events. IFFIesta will have its grand conclusion tomorrow. The film festival continues to capture the imagination of cinephiles from India and around the world. With Nikhil and Saira, Adarsh for Akashvani News, Panaji.
Indian women's blind cricket team have created history, winning the first ever women's T20 World Cup for the blind in Colombo today. The Indian team defeated Nepal by 7 wickets in the final to lift the cup. After electing to field, India restricted Nepal to 114 for 5. In response, India chased down the target in 12.1 overs with Kula Sharir unbeaten on 44 of 27 balls. Rahul has been named India's captain for the 3-match ODI series against South Africa, with Shubman Gill ruled out due to a neck injury. Wicketkeeper batter Rishabh Pant will serve as the vice-captain. The series will begin in Ranchi from the 30th of this month, followed by matches in Raipur on the 3rd of December and Visakhapatnam on 6th December. In men's cricket, India were 9 for no loss in their first innings at stumps on day 2 in reply to South Africa's first innings score of 489 in the second and final test in Guwahati. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges G20 nations to shift from profit-driven innovation to a model focusing on humanity, equity and global cooperation. Prime Minister says India, Brazil, South Africa can complement each other's development and set an example for sustainable growth. Narcotics Control Bureau and Delhi Police seize methamphetamine drug worth 262 crore rupees. Home Minister Amit Shah says government is shattering drug cartels at unprecedented pace. Election Commission distributes 99% enumeration forms for Phase 2 of SIR. In sports, Indian women's blind cricket team creates history by winning first ever T20 World Cup for the blind in Colombo. Well, for details of these stories, you may log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in. And that's all we have for you